lights, camera, action. It's your broker update. And this session is going to be called, do you want to give back your commission? And the answer to that is no, heck no. I work too hard and I want to keep my money. So our job here at Jones & Company Realty is to let you know about things that could keep you from getting your commission. Recently, we've seen a lot of this all over the country, across the state of Florida, particularly because we tend to attract fraud. I don't know if you've gotten some calls, as some of our agents, all people from all across the country and across the world, they have lots and they want to sell their lots, right? They send you information possibly that could be real. You list the lot, you get it sold, you go to closing, and then you find out, the guy who signed my listing agreement really didn't own the lot. He was somebody living in Ethiopia and they were running a scam on you. And now everybody is in trouble, everybody's mad, you don't get paid, and that's just a nightmare and a half. So we wanted to talk to you about being more aware of that. Other things that are happening are on the buyer side as well. Recently, one of our agents had a buyer for a lot. They went all the way to closing with an attorney doing the closing. They got ready to disperse and we found out that the seller had been a victim of fraud. He didn't really own the lot. So there's another title company now on the hook because they didn't pay close enough attention to all of the proper IDs and passports and the questions that you need to ask to make sure that that person owns it. So if you've got a listing, somebody calls you, hey, I'm in Germany and I want to sell my lot. Okay, that's fantastic. Make sure you have a contact number. Talk to them, verify who they are, do the research on the tax rolls and all that, but make sure you ask for their passport and then check that out to make sure it's proper. If you guys remember FIRPTA Solutions, we've got a lot of information on App Files about that. They do webinars regularly. They are like the experts on fraud. There is so much ID fraud going on here right now. And the worst case scenario is you go through the whole thing, the title company disperses, sends the money off to this guy in Germany, where he probably really isn't, and then they find out, nobody gets the lot. So now your buyer's going to be really upset with you. Your seller's going to, the seller's off in the wind, right? So what if the buyer had already started construction on his house? He's going to be going after everybody in there. So you might not only be giving back your commission, you might be giving even more money back. So we want to keep you from getting that. I hope I'm making you a little more uncomfortable because I want you to really take time when you start talking to your customers. Make sure they are who they are. Even if they walk in the door or they talk to you on the phone and they get ready to write a deal, ask for their photo ID. No harm, no foul in that. Make sure they are that person that's sitting in front of you. Verify it. You can check Google, you can check Facebook, you can check Instagram, all that. Check these people out. Make sure they are who they are so that you're not a victim of fraud, your customer isn't a victim of fraud, all of that. The other really big way to lose a lot of money are wiring instructions to the wrong place, right? Title companies are the people who send the wire instructions to your customer. I've been looking in App Files, Janet's seen it, Joanna's seen it. The title companies, for some strange reason, are all of a sudden, they're sending us the letter that says, here's where you need to send your deposit. Here's where you need to send your closing instructions. And then you take that piece of paper or the email and you forward it to your customer. What if that was a fraud that you received? Now, by you getting involved in it and sending it off to somebody else, you're now responsible for it. Your fingers are all over it. And what if they sent $120,000 to close? Holy crap. Do you have $120,000 just sitting around you want to throw out? You're going to lose way more than your commission with that kind of thing. So make sure you do not forward any kind of wiring instructions to any customer at all. Okay, unless it's to my bank account. Then you can do it. But in all seriousness, make sure that you don't get into that circle of the wire instructions. Make sure your customers understand that they only send the money via wire to the title company. If they get an email, don't call the phone number on that email. Call the phone number that they received from you when you first started doing the deal. We have cards there that we give them. Here's this title company. Have them call to verify that that information is absolutely correct. If you get any kind of wiring instructions or anything like that, delete them from app files. So we also have a legal obligation to not keep a lot of that kind of information. So throw it out. You don't want it in there, and you don't want to get involved giving it to your customer. I know you're very customer oriented, but you really don't want to go to jail. You don't want to lose your commission. You want to be in this business a long time and have a lot of fun. So that's my wonderful broker update for the week. Have a great, fantastic weekend. Make lots of sales in February.